The daughter of disgraced YouTuber and convicted child abuser Ruby Franke has come forward to reveal what life was really like living with her abusive mother. Before making shocking headlines, Ruby had built a YouTube fan base of 2 million followers, where she shared daily vlogs with her young children. But things took a seriously dark turn when her 12-year-old son ran away from their family home, escaping to the neighbours who alerted the police of the horrifying conditions he was made to endure at the hands of his own mother. Franke and her friend Jodi Hildebrandt later pleaded guilty to 6 counts of aggravated child abuse and were both sentenced to a combined total of 60 years in prison.
And to count 6, also aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony.
Guilty. With my deepest regret and sorrow for my family and my children. Guilty.
Ruby's eldest daughter, Jodi Franke, has since come forward in an interview with The Guardian after publishing a memoir titled The House of My Mother, which recalls the horrifying ordeal she and her siblings lived through. Jodi was only 11 when her mum launched the YouTube channel 8 Passengers, but now at 21 years old, she recalls having to adapt to her mother's mood swings in fear of punishment. In the book, Jodi writes, "Anything less than unbridled enthusiasm would trigger Ruby into a rage. One hint of displeasure on my face and whack." As time went on and the channel grew, Jodi described their strained relationship, saying, "It was like a business. She was the CEO and I was the employee." Ruby even insisted on taking 10% of the revenue generated from Jodi's separate YouTube channel. Jodi also described how her attitude to the YouTube channel changed as she got older and started to realise some of the moments captured on film made her feel extremely uncomfortable. "At the time I thought, great, I'll do that. But then when I got older it's like, oh, that's now on the internet forever. Going bra shopping with my younger sisters when I was 18 and Ruby was filming that. I thought this is super weird. I don't want people online to be watching my sisters buying bras." In 2022, following Ruby's separation from Jodi's father, the 8 Passengers YouTube account was closed, and Ruby met Mormon therapist Jodi Hildebrandt, joining as a host on her podcast. The pair became extremely close, with Jodi moving into the Franke family home, kicking eldest sibling Chad out of his own room to make space for her.
I certainly got weird vibes from Jodi and Ruby. I don't think it's normal at all that a therapist would move into her client's home. Ruby tried to be secretive about it, and so I don't know all the details, but just the vibes that I was getting was that something was strange between them.
And things started to get worse for the Franke children as Ruby and Jodi introduced harsh rules and practices, including insisting that 2 youngest children ask permission before speaking to their elders and be reprimanded if they interrupted. The pair also enforced a rule that saw the 2 young siblings go without Christmas presents one year, as Jodi believed it would teach them a lesson in manners and how not to be selfish.
The 2 youngest are showing long patterns of selfishness. This year, they are not going to be visited by Santa.
When the pair were arrested in 2023, one of the children had visible marks and wounds from duct tape put around his ankles, and police video evidence saw his younger sister being found by officers locked in a closet in a similar physical condition of malnourishment. During the trial that sentenced both Jodi and Ruby, shocking details regarding the abuse emerged, including that the children had been starved, beaten and tied up with rope, forced to stand on hot concrete in the summer, made to sleep on hard floors, and sometimes locked in a concrete bunker in Jodi's basement. It was also reported that the children's open wounds were dressed with cayenne pepper and honey.
To my babies, my 6 little chicks, you were a part of me. I was the mama duck who was consistently leading you to safety. I can see now over the past 4 years I was in a deep undercurrent that led us to danger.
I think that she's as sorry as she can be. What she has done is so bad that I don't think her mind allows her to kind of fully comprehend the guilt of all that. And so I think that she probably genuinely believed everything she said. I don't believe it though.
When asked about the sentencing, Jodi replied, "I'd like her to be in the maximum amount of time possible. That's obviously up to the parole board. I'll do what I can to make sure she stays in prison. I don't plan to see her again, ever."